It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Excuse me. I'm going inside.
Oh? I'm afraid St. George's is closed for the day.
I'm not a customer. I'm here to see the owner.
Why don't you just leave your name and number with me, and I'll tell him you stopped by.
Listen, if Gabriel is here, he'll want to see me. Is he? Here?
I really couldn't say for certain, but in the morning...
Gracie, say goodnight. You came. I didn't think you would.
I didn't think I would either.
Your eyes. I could show you around a little. It's not much, but...
Please don't. I couldn't focus on much of anything right now.
Yeah, I know. God, what is it about you?
Just shut up and kiss me.
Und damit sage ich Hallo Leute und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer neuen Episode von Let's Play Gabriel Knight. Sins of the Fathers. Heute ohne Albtraum. Tag 4. Ich sprach mit ihm trotz Geruch des Todes. Er lieh mir seine Ohren. Kreuze der Markierung wurden Schleier der Tränen. Was ist denn eine Stimmung hier heute, wa?
You're not speaking to me this morning?
Don't be silly. I just have nothing to say.
Have it your way. Have you noticed this guy outside the shop?
Yeah, he gives me the creeps. I wish he'd go away.
Did you find out anything about that pattern I gave you?
Yeah, I did find something.
Der ist mir gar nicht
I
aufgefallen.
checked the microfiche at the public library. I found an article about a murder in 1810. The newspaper published part of a pattern found around the body. It looks damn close.
You're incredible. All that work.
Forget it.
Okay, erstmal Zeitung lesen. Vor allem anderen immer erstmal in die Zeitung gucken.
Times dated June 21st, 1993. Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the Voodoo murders. He scans it quickly.
I don't believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The Voodoo Murders case. The paper says that the police have learned that the murders were a result of an underworld cartel war, and that the war is over.
That's not good?
It's ridiculous. And what about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel, but if it's over, that's hardly a negative. Anyway, if you're that upset, why don't you talk it over with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel decides to check his horoscope, despite his disgust. Death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
Peachy.
Gabriel also spots an ad for Sam Springleton, a jeweler. Sam hangs out at the Napoleon House.
Ah. Sehr schön. Das könnte ein Hinweis sein, der uns in Richtung des Armreifs bringt. Montag, 21. Juni 1993. Polizei klärt Voodoo-Mordfälle auf. Die Voodoo-Morde sind vorbei, meint New Orleans Polizeidetektiv Franklin Mosley. Unsere Ermittlung stellte fest, dass die Morde ein Nebenprodukt von einem Krieg zwischen Drogenkartellen war, erklärte Mosley gestern auf einer Pressekonferenz. Dieser Krieg ist jetzt vorbei und die Einwohner von New Orleans haben von diesen Kriminellen nichts weiter zu befürchten. Die Polizei versicherte weiterhin gezielt gegen das illegale Drogengeschäft in New Orleans zu kämpfen, nachdem mehrere Menschen in diesem Machtstreit ums Leben kamen. Sam Sprinkleton, Meisterjuwelier, private Konsignation, Erbstücke, Restaurierung und Reproduktion. Günstige Preise bitte an Sam im Napoleon House wenden. Okay. So, was bist du für einer, da?
Gabriel watches the man watching the shop.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond.
Und wieso werde ich das Gefühl nicht los, dass wir mit unseren Nachforschungen und vor allem mit den Ergebnissen, die wir tatsächlich im Rahmen dieser Nachforschung auch schon erzielt haben, vielleicht ein bisschen mehr Interesse und Aufmerksamkeit geweckt haben, als uns lieb sein kann. Grace? Du passt auf dich auf, ja?
Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called. She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay. Do you have messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Interesting.
Wolfgang Ritter, Gabriel Knight. Ausschließen kann man es ja wohl nicht.
Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking. Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
Na gut. Wenn er sagt, er wäre mit uns verwandt. In dem Fall übernimmt er vielleicht die Kosten für das Gespräch, wenn wir in Deutschland anrufen jetzt.
The number written on the note is 4909-324-3333.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Oh Gott. Was hat sie gesagt?
The number.
Didn't Grace say you had
011, okay. 011 49 09 324 und dreimal die 3. Viermal die 3.
I'm not calling Germany. That Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
Danke, Gabriel. Na gut. Okay, die wichtigsten Sachen zuerst. Wir müssen unbedingt mit Mosley sprechen.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Das hat Priorität. Der Trommler ist noch da. Ich behalte dich definitiv im Auge.
Can I bother you again, officer?
What is it this time?
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
Hound... what?
Houndfall. It's a temple.
Sounds like somebody's pulling your leg on that one.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
I told you, you're barking up the wrong tree.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
Danke, mach ich. Bin mal gespannt, was der gute Mosley zu sagen hat.
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo Murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch.
Was haben wir denn diesmal für eine Hintergrundmusik hier? So, lasst uns da nochmal drüber reden. Ich denke nämlich nicht, dass die Sache so einfach ist, wie du dir das hinterexist hier. Wobei er sich das wahrscheinlich gar nicht selber ausgedacht hat. Das kam wahrscheinlich von weiter oben, diese Ansage.
I have to tell you, bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
Tell me about yourself.
What do you want to talk about that for now? We're not doing the book anymore. Besides, you already know too much about me, Knight.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
The case? What case? I told you, the Voodoo Murders case is closed.
How can you just close it? It's not solved, is it?
Oh, it's solved. Turns out the Chicago Mafia was trying to invade local territory. Use the Mississippi for drug running now that Florida's so hot. What we had here was a little resistance from the local businessmen. Word came in this morning that the Chicago group is giving up and pulling out of Nolans.
But that doesn't bring the killers to justice.
Well, the boys upstairs seem to figure it this way. Let the slime kill each other. Better the vermin we know than Chicago vermin, I guess. The attitude in the department is that we just been done a huge favor, and they're probably right.
What about the local cartel? Are you just gonna let them go?
At least they're part of us. We'll deal with them over time. Always have. Nolans is pretty clean that way, you know?
Well, that's the illusion, isn't it?
Look, I'm not totally in agreement here either. But what can I do? These guys are not about to get caught. I'm disappointed about the book too. Look, next big murder case I get, I'll call you in, and we'll do that one up right, okay? In fact, I could probably dig up some old cases, and you could spice them up.
No thanks. How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Okay.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You
Ja. Schon klar, ja, einverstanden. Gut, dann legen wir mal los, wa? Ein bisschen was haben wir ja schon.
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain. An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So this is the whole pattern, huh? That's pretty good work, Knight, but that doesn't prove that this pattern is really connected to voodoo.
Na gut. Dann muss ich das halt beweisen, ja? Haben wir noch irgendwas in unserem Inventar?
The newspaper clipping describes a ritualistic murder in Congo Square. It includes a rough sketch of a pattern found around the body. The sketch is very similar to the reconstructed Veve.
Das hat Grace uns rausgesucht gehabt. Das hatte ich schon vollkommen vergessen. Ja, das haben wir. Das ist der Beweis, dass es echtes Voodoo ist. Aber wir machen erstmal mit dem Voodoo-Code weiter. Vielleicht kriegt der ja auch was.
That doesn't prove anything.
Okay, hätte ja sein können. Gut, der Voodoo-Artikel hier.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same MO. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Sure, if there is a voodoo cult, they're a threat.
Ich habe also bewiesen, dass sie eine Bedrohung sind. Gut. Das war schon mal Schritt 1. Stellen wir jetzt die Verbindung zum Voodoo her. Dazu muss ich kurz mit meinem Experten sprechen. Entschuldige mich bitte. Ich komme wieder.
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Okay. Wir haben sogar 2 Experten, mit denen wir jetzt reden können.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Okay. Lass uns über den Voodoo-Artikel sprechen.
Does this newspaper clipping mean anything to you?
It looks like ancient history to me.
I suppose. Thanks.
Es ist vielleicht auch nicht das Schlauste, Dr. John alles zu zeigen, was wir so finden. Wenn wir ihn wirklich unter Verdacht haben hier. Na gut, so. Unsere Voodoo-Spur. Ah, guck mal, jetzt können wir auch zu Oma Knights Wohnung fahren. Die übrigens ein Haus ist. Aber erst mal zu unserem Voodoo-Experten hier. Huch, keiner da.
Gabriel isn't in the mood to give a lecture. The door to Hartridge's office is locked.
Okay.
The podium, Hartridge's throne. Gabriel isn't in the mood.
Ja, schon klar.
There's a PA speaker on the wall.
Warum muss unser Experte gerade jetzt nicht anwesend sein? Das ist total doof. Na gut, was dann? Was dann? Müssen wir mal drüber nachdenken. Wie machen wir jetzt am besten weiter?
Jackson Square proper lies below.
Schöne Aussicht von hier.
Gabriel can't do that with the square from here.
Kann ich ja da unten mal ein bisschen umsehen. Kann das nicht verschieben? Das ist ja total doof. Gut. Dann halt eins nach dem anderen. Aber irgendwie ist da überhaupt nichts los, ne? Das ist ja total doof. Oh. Madame Lorelei. Und sie trägt eine Schlange bei sich. Interessant. Ja, immer noch diesen Hinweis.
That's Crash. What the hell is he up to with that drummer?
Aha.
Huh. Crash and the drummer. Interesting.
Was unsere Theorie mit den Trommeln bestätigen würde. Und es wäre vielleicht auch ganz interessant zu gucken, was Crash hier so macht.
Hey there. Nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond.
Gut, dann eben nicht. So, die Schlange ist auch interessant für mich, denn wir haben immer noch nicht die Schlange gefunden, die am Lake Pontchartrain mit dabei war. Und wenn wir haben ja noch die Schuppe, ne? Wir haben ja die Schlangenschuppe vom See noch. Ja, wir könnten ja Schuppen vergleichen, wenn wir eine Schuppe von der Schlange kriegen würden. Aber im Moment gibt es Sachen, die mich tatsächlich mehr interessieren. Zum Beispiel...
Crash is huddled in a pew. He looks seriously ill.
Crash.
I need to talk to you. ask you some questions.
No way, man. I'm too sick. Go away.
Come on. I have to know what you know about these voodoo people.
You don't know nothing about nothing, man. You are so far out of it, you wouldn't understand anything. Just like that friend of yours, Mosley. Go away!
I'm not like Mosley. I know more than you think I do. I'll believe you.
Forget it, man. It's not worth my breath.
Ihm das WW zeigen?
Do you recognize this?
No. Don't waste my time.
Der Armreif-Eindruck wird nicht viel bringen, oder?
Do you recognize this?
No. Don't waste my time.
Wir haben nicht viel, was wir ihm zeigen können, ne?
Do you recognize this?
No. Don't waste my time.
Ich glaube, ich weiß, was wir brauchen.
Not a bad idea. Baby, I love the way you move.
Madame Lorelei winks knowingly at Gabriel and twitches her hips.
Yep, she wants me.
Was zur Hölle passiert da gerade?
Thanks, boys.
Nimm mal den Schleier mit. Irgendwas hat da nicht ganz gestimmt gerade.
Gabriel examines the veil with the magnifying glass. The fortune teller's veil is studded with sequins. The sequins look a little strange. Why, it's a snake scale.
Ja.
Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to remove the snake scale from the veil. The iridescent scale is hued olive green. It doesn't seem to match the scale from Lake Pontchartrain.
Okay, Madame Loreleis Schlange ist also schon mal nicht die Schlange vom See. Dann können wir ihr auch ihren Schal zurückgeben.
I think this veil belongs to you.
Oh, my veil! I'm always losing those things. You have no idea. Well, darling, you're such a sweetie to return a lady's delicates, and so handsome as well.
Well,
And since you have such a clear interest in fortune-telling, let me see your hands. They look so strong. Perhaps they will make both our fortunes clear, no?
I wish something would.
Strong, yes, and yet so delicate and flexible.
You don't know the half of it.
Oh, good. I see a mysterious woman in your immediate future.
Madame Lorelei winks at Gabriel knowingly.
She is a dangerous one, dark and beautiful. Oh, I see the road of your life forking, and very soon.
The blood drains from Madame Lorelei's face in an instant. Sweat beads on her upper lip.
Are you okay?
There are forces. Oh, God. Beware. Beware.
What is it about me lately?
Ich war das nicht. Das war schon so, als ich hierher gekommen bin. Ich schwör's. Okay. Hier kommen wir offensichtlich erstmal nicht mehr weiter. Dann geben wir mal... Hi. Dann gehen wir
What's
mal,
Buddy, I think the place you're looking for is down on Bourbon.
nach einer Möglichkeit aus unserer Tonskulptur eine richtige Skulptur zu machen, denn ich glaube, das ist es, was wir für Crash brauchen. Hi.
Nah,
Warum nicht?
better not. Her boyfriend doesn't look too friendly.
Ach, aber ansprechen tust du sie, ja?
Can I ask you some questions?
Sure. You want to know my sign?
On second thought, I don't think you could help. Forget it.
Gabriel and the bartender are old pals. His name is Stonewall King, and he knows everybody around here.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure, I'm not too busy at the moment.
Och, du meine Güte. Gut, da sind wir erstmal beschäftigt, Leute.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Greatest city in the world. I'd never want to live anywhere else.
Und da ist schon wieder ein Trommler draußen vor dem Fenster.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
This city must get about 1 million tourists a year, especially around Mardi Gras.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
A lot of people come here because they think it's mysterious. All that talk about voodoo. You should probably find a book on the subject, you know?
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
All I know is it's some kind of voodoo holiday. People who believe in that stuff think it's a real special night. Magical.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What about them?
No, just anything.
You ask the weirdest questions. I don't know anything about snakes.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Sure. She's kind of the patron saint of voodoo in New Orleans. Don't know too much about her, but the tourists sure get off on all that stuff.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
There's a voodoo museum in town. They'd know more about it than I do.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Come Mardi Gras, you see all kinds of masks in here.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? No. I prefer not to think about that kind of stuff, personally. Crime, perversion, weirdos. Just makes me depressed.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
It's all over the papers. Some kind of serial killings.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
They say a lot of voodoo stuff is found near the bodies. Everybody's talking about them. It's starting to scare off the tourists.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Never heard of it.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
Are you kidding? Around here? Hope they aren't serving drinks.
Well, if they are, I don't think anyone in his right mind would want one. Does the phrase caprice encore mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
Hi, how's it going?
It's been worse.
Business picking up?
Some. Mostly locals, as usual.
You ever get tired of tending bar for a living?
Never thought much about doing anything else.
The weather's pretty crappy out there today.
I wouldn't know. I never get out of here before dark.
This looks like a lively crowd.
Lively crowds are trouble. These guys just sit and drink. That makes me happy.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. Now, I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say enough already.
Sounds like my life. Tell me about the street musicians around here.
Don't know what else I could say.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They've played there every day for 20 years. Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time. By the way, Sam, the chess player, he's into that voodoo stuff. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and such.
Really? Thanks. What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
This crowd, the ones you see, are mostly regulars. That guy and girl in the corner come here a lot. When they're not fighting, they're all over each other. In other words, they're in love.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
I'd call you a regular, Gabe. And one of our local writer celebrities, too. Been coming in here, what, 10 years now?
Oh, don't remind me.
We're still waiting for that bestseller.
Don't hold your breath. What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
That's about all I can say about this crowd.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodoo-ien and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife, poor guy.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
That's about all I can remember.
Danke. Der gute Sam interessiert sich also für Voodoo-Zeug. Der gute Sam ist auch der Juwelier, der die Anzeige in der Zeitung hatte. Will heißen, der gute Sam ist unser Ansprechpartner. Der Mann in der lilafarbenen Jacke. Aber erst in der nächsten Folge von Gabriel Knight. Sins of the Fathers. Bis dann.